purposes. I'll explain more about this lacquer band in the next tip. If something mechanically goes wrong, triggers and stuff are mechanic. That's why this lacquer band. It's just an ordinary lacquer band. A couple of different ways we can do that. Purpose of the lacquer band is to make the gun that little bit safer. So, we have our firearm. We have our bullet, which makes it a dangerous weapon. Put the bullet in the magazine. We close it. We're in. It's a bullet in the chamber, live and ready to go off. So the most important thing is to always make sure that we have good muzzle discipline, so that muzzle is always pointed in a safe direction, and fingers nowhere near that trigger. That's the most important thing. If the muzzle is not swinging around somewhere dangerous, we can't accidentally shoot somewhere dangerous. So it's always making sure it's pointed, treating the firearm as if it's always loaded. Second thing is not just relying on the safety. Safeties are great, but don't just rely on them. They can be accidentally knocked off, left. So with the belt up, with your bolt up here, the bullet can't go off. So that's what happens, is the bullet's in the chamber. You want to make sure when you do pull it in, you do go back down and back up first. I can run it round the ballistic turret here and on there. The lacquer band holds it in position. So as I walk through the forest and the gun is on my back here, if I accidentally bump into a bush and it opens the bolt, it's there. That has to put pressure on. The lacquer band holds it right. It doesn't actually just let the bullet fall out. If I don't have the lacquer band on there and I walk through and I have it in that middle position, I knock a bush, the bolt can fall down, out comes your bullet. You lose your bullet, you get dirt and grime into your breech, which you don't want. Put a bullet in the magazine. We load, we go forward, we go down, we come back up, we get a lacquer band, we put it on. Stays on there nice and safe. All we have to do is when we do see the deer, like we said, rotate the gun off our shoulder, close the bolt and take the safety off. Holds it in that position, can't go off. So it's 3 movements we've got to do now. We've got to close this bolt, we've got to push this safety, and we've got to pull that trigger. 3 things we have to do to make that gun go off. The chances of them happening randomly in the bush is probably possible, but very, very unlikely. So it's just a little safety thing. Now, the trick with the lacquer band is to make sure the lacquer band is not too tight, that when you put the bolt down, it brings it back up. So you can go around like I have, around the scope, over, around the turret that way. We can also take it off. We can come under the scope, go through itself, like that, and back on to the gun that way. It's just got to be where it holds it in a position, so it's a matter of wiggling it around. You might have it around on this side and just bend over, just enough, but it's making sure it's not too tight. If you have that lacquer band too tight, if I make it tight, and I close the bolt, and it does that, that's all it is. It keeps the bolt up, but needs to be able to close down and stay down. The last thing you want to do is have the lacquer band on for safety, see the deer, you've got to this position, you've got your gun down, you've closed your bolt. Unbeknownst to you, the bolts come up when you're not ready, and you pull up and you can't pull the trigger because the bolt's up. So it's make sure that the bolt will stay down, then lift it back up and go, that's the right position for the lacquer band, and then go happy hunting. Safety's on, lacquer band's on, nice and safe. That's the whole purpose of running a lacquer band on there. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll keep posting up a different tip each week. But in the meantime, if you've got any questions or you've got any ideas for videos or things you'd like to ask me to be able to explain in a video, send me through in a message, and I'll do my best to answer them or make another little short video up explaining how to do it. Happy hunting, good luck everybody.